Essentially, the three best players in the NBA were going to completely shut the league down, costing the league billions of dollars. But Barack Obama came to the rescue to make sure that these Negroes knew their place. Hold on, wait a minute now, calm down, let's not do anything too hasty. Barack Obama's disposition towards Black Americans has always been a condescending one. Since the days of his presidency till now, he has always made it a point to undercut and or undermine Black progress in America. This is a man who literally spent 8 years in office signing all types of legislations for other groups like the LGBTQ, Jews, and immigrants, but when it came to Black Americans, he literally did nothing, yet had the audacity to act as if we owed him something in the 2016 election between Hillary and Trump.
There's no such thing as a vote that doesn't matter. It all matters. And after we have achieved historic turnout in 2008 and 2012, especially in the African American community, I will consider it a personal insult, an insult to my legacy, if this community lets down its guard and fails to activate itself in this election. You want to give me a good send-off? Go vote!
Now, what some of you might not be aware of, after Trump's victory, the Obamas took it personally. Not too long ago, I made a video on how Michelle Obama blamed Black voters for the Trump presidency. And in traditional condescending Barack Obama fashion, because he is very aware of the critiques coming from Black America post his presidency, he made it a point to mock you and your online wokeness.
There is this sense sometimes of the way of me making change is to be as judgmental as possible about other people. And that's enough. Like if I tweet or hashtag about how you didn't do something right or used the wrong verb, or then I can sit back and feel pretty good about myself because, man, you see how woke I was? I called you out.
Now I can go on and on concerning you how Obama gave you his behind a kiss while he was in office, and I plan to next week. But for the sake of time, let's get into why you actually clicked on this video. Now, as most of you may know, after the shooting of Jacob Blake, the NBA players came very close to shutting down the NBA completely, which would have cost the league billions of dollars. Last season alone, the NBA generated $8 billion in revenue. Now, currently in the middle of the playoffs, LeBron James, who is the face of the league, wanted to cancel the season altogether, but he wasn't the only one. And to break this down, what I want to do is go into this article real quick for you. Bucks players took inspired collective action when they decided not to play as a way to protest the police shooting of Blake. Blake, a Black man, was shot by police 7 times in front of his children in Kenosha, Wisconsin, just 35 miles from the Bucks' home arena. Several NBA players had hinted at potentially striking, including Milwaukee's George Hill, who said, "We shouldn't even have came to this damn place, to be honest," a day earlier. But the move still reportedly came as a surprise to the rest of the league. The Bucks' intention was to forfeit and accept a Game 5 loss in their series against the Orlando Magic. Instead, the Magic refused to accept the win, and players from 4 other teams scheduled to play Wednesday night, the Oklahoma City Thunder versus the Houston Rockets, and the Lakers versus the Portland Trail Blazers, decided to strike in solidarity with the Bucks. NBA players then came together for a heated meeting on Wednesday night that also included union boss Michael Roberts and coaches. There was reportedly some momentum among a certain group of players to walk away from the season as a way to pressure NBA owners to take meaningful political action towards ending police brutality and the disproportionate use of deadly force by cops against Black men and women. Roberts reportedly helped explain how much money could be lost for NBA players if they walked away. At one point in the meeting, James and the Lakers reportedly got up and left with an apparent but unofficial vote to end the season. The Clippers followed behind them. At that point, it was unclear if the season was actually over. Now, at this point, the season is just about over. And for those of you who don't follow the NBA, what we have here are the top 2 players in the league in LeBron and Kawhi, who pretty much said they're done. On top of that, you had Milwaukee Bucks' Giannis Antetokounmpo, better known as the Greek Freak, who more than likely was going to side with LeBron and Kawhi. Now, hear me clearly when I say this. The 3 best players in the NBA were going to shut the league down. But guess who came to the rescue in the nick of time for Team White Supremacy? You guessed it, Barack Obama. Hours later, I'm going to repeat that again, hours later, not days later, not weeks later, but hours later, LeBron James and Chris Paul spoke to Obama on the phone. With the season apparently hanging in the balance, Obama helped convince NBA players to return to the court. Obama reportedly advised NBA players to play. Katie Hill, a spokeswoman for Obama, gave the following statement to CNN. As an avid basketball fan, President Obama speaks regularly with players and league officials. When asked, he was happy to provide advice on Wednesday night to a small group of NBA players seeking to leverage their immense platforms for good after their brave and inspiring strike in the wake of Jacob Blake's shooting. They discussed establishing a social justice committee to ensure that the players and the league's actions this week lead to sustained, meaningful engagement on criminal justice and police reform. So like I stated earlier, essentially the three best players in the NBA were going to completely shut the league down, costing the league billions of dollars. But Barack Obama came to the rescue to make sure that these Negroes knew their place. Hold on, wait a minute now, calm down, let's not do anything too hasty. And what I find most interesting about this article is that the author of it, Ricky O'Donnell, who is Caucasian, even he understood that it would have been more impactful and powerful for the players to completely shut the league down, as he states it himself in this article. Now let me read to you what the author would go on to say. We know Bucks players caught the rest of the NBA off guard when they decided to refuse to play. We know that there was some momentum from some players to walk away from the season at the subsequent Wednesday night meeting. We know Roberts and others helped contextualize the financial damages the players could be seeing if they ended the season. And we know Obama urged the players to return to the court and form a committee to help their agenda. Is forming a committee to increase social justice action as powerful as walking away from the season and damaging the owner's pockets? Maybe not. But for NBA players to walk away, it would have needed to be a unified front. It also feels like James could have ended the season for everyone if he decided to walk away. Instead, NBA games will be played this weekend, surely with mixed emotions in the hearts of many players. NBA players took an incredible stand to strike. It would have been even more powerful if they walked away completely, but it also would have been costly. Obama helped convince them to return, which has been criticized by some as a move to break a unionized strike. And that's exactly what it was, ladies and gentlemen, because in closing, what I want us to walk away understanding is the reason Obama made it a point to have the players come back and play is because what you don't want here are the players in the NBA exerting their power to a degree that it can create a domino effect across the spectrum of the sports world, let alone across all of entertainment, and then trickling down to the average everyday black man and black woman. The system of racism and white supremacy cannot afford for the NBA players to have the audacity to shut the league down, just for the NFL players to do the same thing, just for the black players in Major League Baseball to do the same thing, and now you have a ripple effect of black defiance. We can't have black people understanding their true power and potential. And in order for them to remain asleep and continue to go with the flow, believing in the politicians, we have to shut this down over here in the NBA right now. Because Lord knows we don't need a ripple effect of this to continue on over and over and over throughout all spectrums of business. We have to maintain order, and we have to make sure that everything remains business as usual. Because if we don't, we are no longer in control. This was merely a move to make sure that the system of racism and white supremacy maintained control of the current situation. That's why it was so critical for Barack Obama to make sure that these Negroes know their place. Calm down now. Let's not get too excited. Get back on the court and dribble that ball. And with all that being said, thank you for tuning into today's video. Make sure you hit that subscribe button as well as the bell notification next to the subscribe button so you can be notified whenever I release a new video. Also, make sure you text TDHiphop to number 33222. That is TDHiphop to number 33222. That way you'll get a direct text notification whenever I release a new video. But it also serves as a protection plan for myself in case YouTube ever gives this channel the axe. I will be able to send you a direct link to where you can find me next. All social media links will be in the description below as well as pinned in the comment section. And lastly, but certainly not least, for those of you who have been subscribed to this channel for quite some time now, have a love and appreciation for the work that I put in on this channel, the number one way you can show your support to me is through Patreon for only $5 a month. That helps put me in position to be able to take TD Hip Hop Media off of YouTube. Remember, the goal is to grow independent of YouTube, not big on YouTube. Until the next video, peace.